Not gonna lie, he hit me with a body shot in that first round. He hit me right in the solar plexus, and it got me, you know what I mean? That was why I thought I was winning the first round up to that point. I'll be back better. It's as simple as that, because I haven't seen the last.
Ilia Topuria didn't have to say much after Paddy Pimblett fell to Justin Gaethje, because the moment explained everything on its own. What once looked like a perfectly set up super fight vanished almost instantly. For months, the UFC had been quietly steering toward a massive return for Topuria. The narrative was simple. Paddy keeps winning. The hype keeps snowballing. And when Ilia finally comes back from his time away, the two collide in one of the biggest matchups the division could possibly produce. Europe versus Europe.
Do you want, really? How many fights do we sit through, whether it be boxing or MMA, where you've got two fighters in there who are, yes, they're fighters, but they're not fighters to the level that some people are. There's some fighters who were willing to die to win a world title. That's what we were talking about in there tonight. They were risking it all. They never took a step backwards. They were constantly trying to brutalize each other. That was a throwback to the days when I first started watching MMA. Those are the fights that built the UFC. We're talking Randy Couture, Chuck Liddell, BJ Penn. We're talking a level of violence that blew a demographic of men away, where we were like, holy shit, we need to start watching fucking this cage fighting shit. This was a throwback to those classic old MMA fights. Yes, it might not have been the best technical fight you've ever seen. Who gives a shit? Sean O'Malley's fight, the fight beforehand, very technical. Will anybody remember it? Will they fuck? No disrespect to Sean, he's a fucking talented fighter. But when it's do or die like that, it just fucking, it lives in the memory. And that's a fight of the year contender. We're in January.
When Paddy first arrived in the UFC, you were saying stuff like, well, his entrance is good and it's all well and good to get the fans, but he needs to be able to fight. Obviously, we've seen him have great wins before, but to show you the durability he had in that fight tonight, do you feel like even though he lost, he considered one of the best in that division moving forward?
No doubt about it. I mean, he was the favorite tonight. I think that's what every other one, he's the underdog and everybody thinks he's going to lose. Tonight he's the favorite. I don't think that his game plan was the greatest. Obviously, tonight he showed he is tough, he is durable, and almost I mean, especially against Gaethje. And you're eating those punches from him. You know, it's one thing to say, listen, I'm going to come out. I know I believe in my durability. I believe in my chin, and I'm going to go toe-to-toe with this guy. But when it starts to not work, at some point you got to say, you know what? It's the third round. I got 2 rounds left. I might want to try to take him down and submit him here.
Oh! Pimblett standing up like a fucking Christmas tree. Shoot, you fucking oh, good lord. There we go! There we go! Justin can fight this all day. He can do this all day long. He'll do the jab, he'll come behind it, get close, and then he's gonna get you close to the octagon. He's gonna start fighting you with his hands. He's gonna hit you with the right hand. That's what he does. And he's pulling away. For somebody with good grappling, it's like, go underneath, shoot a takedown. He's trying to fight a bull that you don't have the power to beat the bull. And Paddy, all Paddy has to do is go to his back and he's good. Go around him, Justin. Just go around him. Yeah, Justin Gaethje won that. I think Paddy Pimblett did not follow the corner's game.
Confidence versus chaos, skill versus swagger. It was pure box office. And then Justin Gaethje happened. Paddy didn't get embarrassed. He didn't get run over. He showed heart, toughness, and an unreal chin, but he didn't win. And in the UFC, that changes everything. From Ilia Topuria's perspective, this is frustrating on multiple levels, because fighting Paddy Pimblett wasn't just about a belt. It was about timing, narrative, and legacy. Beating Paddy at the height of his hype would have meant something different. It would have been louder, bigger, more personal. And now, instead of a supercharged rivalry, Ilia is staring down Justin Gaethje.
Justin Gaethje won. Rounds 1, 2, and 4. Very clear, by the way, as well, especially in the first 2 rounds. And Pimblett won rounds 3 and 5, I thought. Very clearly in round 3. And then round 5 was a scrappy round that I thought he got the better of. This was a great scrap. I have no idea how Paddy Pimblett did not get flatline KO'd on about 50 different occasions. If he lost, yes, he did lose. And if he lost any stock from this, the one saving grace is that he's been saying for a long time, we don't get knocked out, lad. And that would be the worst thing to happen to him. If he got KO'd in one of these fights badly, that would just be his ridicule forever. What happened to Scousers don't get knocked out, and it'd just be images of Paddy Pimblett out cold. I have no idea how he didn't get flatlined in this fight. Justin Gaethje was cracking him with so many overhand rights And the worst part was, it's not even like you were understanding why he took the shot so well. Oh, he was rolling with that one. Oh, he tucked into that one a little bit. He saw it coming. I could see the shots coming. I was wincing while Gaethje was loading up because you could see Pimblett leaving exchanges with his chin up in the air and just getting his whole jaw span. And somehow he's still in the fight and throwing back. Absolutely crazy fight. Justin Gaethje started very slow, but picked it up towards the end of round 1 with a big knockdown against the cage. It should be mentioned, even though it's going to be seen as biased for me to bring this up, I bring up fouls in every fight breakdown I do. I know I wanted Paddy to win, but I am going to bring up the fouls. Gaethje fought very fucking dirty in this fight. A lot of eye pokes, a groin shot as well. I think Paddy Pimblett had a groin shot that he landed too, but that was towards the end of the fight where it was just an absolute mess of a...
It's capped off with a war. Just give us your thoughts on Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett delivering a 5-round battle.
Yeah, I mean, what a couple. So Paddy Pimblett at the weigh-in yesterday says, I'm going to knock this motherfucker out tomorrow. And I was like, that's interesting. And he never abandoned that game plan. Even when, he got dropped a couple times, I kept waiting for him. I'm like, he's eventually going to have to shoot and try to submit him. Now I didn't know Paddy Pimblett had a chin like that till tonight. And, yeah, absolute dogfight and a war, and much respect to both guys.
No, I love it. This guy, I love everything he's been saying. He's definitely sounds overconfident. He's out here disrespecting legends like Justin Poirier. I'm going to dog walk this English on Saturday. You watch.
Lad, Dustin's never got a nice word to say about me, lad. So, I was honest and said he looked like shit against Gaethje. Fucking hell, stop fucking crying, you ganga.
That wasn't even the fight you were talking about. You said his last fight.
Which? No, I'm saying Dustin looked like shit against Holloway. That was what I said.
You would also look like shit against Holloway.
Well, we'll see. Once I beat you, I could end up fighting him.
Well, you won't be fighting him.
And that's where the disappointment starts to settle in. Justin Gaethje is one of the most dangerous, violent fighters in the sport. A better fighter, maybe. A bigger moment, probably not. Ilia has never hidden his confidence. He's called out the division before. He's mocked contenders. He's talked openly about clearing out the weight class. But this situation presents a different kind of challenge. Not the fight he wanted, but the fight he may have to take. And stylistically, it's a completely different world.
So we were just talking and he looked me dead in the eye and he goes, I'm going to be one of the biggest stars in the UFC. A year before his debut. And I just thought, yeah, maybe. I thought, looking at his skill set, I thought, you know what? You've got a long way to go to get to that elite level, but there's something about him. But I don't know if I fully believed it, but he did. And it's that belief that puts you into positions like this, because yes, he lost the fight, but there was a period where when Paddy had that iffy decision, people thought he didn't belong anywhere near a Justin Gaethje, and he's come on a long way. And I think he can look at this fight one of two ways. He can get downhearted and think, well, I didn't win, or you can think, well, it was my first go at it. I've got a lot to learn. Look at the likes of Michael Bisping. You've got to keep fucking coming and coming in order to get your hands on that gold at some point. And that was the first time Justin Gaethje's gotten to 5 full rounds. And I think Paddy proved a lot to a lot of haters out there that, like, look, all right, you might not like him, whatever. He's got fucking balls and he's willing to fight to the bitter end.
Paddy represented chaos, unpredictability, and scrambles. Gaethje represents pressure, damage, and relentless violence. Against Paddy, Ilia would have been the technician dismantling hype. Against Gaethje, Ilia has to survive a war. Fans know it, analysts know it, and Ilia definitely knows it. That's why the reaction hasn't been celebration. It's been recalibration, because this wasn't the path he envisioned at the same time. There's a brutal truth here. Champions don't get to choose comfort. And if Ilia wants to prove he's the real king of the division, beating Justin Gaethje might actually say more than beating Paddy ever could. Still, the sting remains. The UFC wanted Paddy versus Ilia. The fans wanted Paddy versus Ilia. And now the division has shifted once again. Paddy goes back to rebuilding. Gaethje moves forward. And Ilia returns to a far more dangerous landscape than the one he left behind. The superfight is gone.